Why haven't you achieved your goals yet? Now, it's a challenging question for some of us, but there can be many reasons. Whatever reasons just popped into your mind, I think it always comes down to simply two. Either you haven't yet been believing that you could achieve them, or you simply haven't been taking enough actions aligned with that belief that you can. That's all it really takes. To truly believe that it's possible for us, that we can achieve anything we put our mind to, and then following up by thinking those thoughts, taking those actions, and creating the result that you want. Now, the trouble is that becoming the best version of ourselves, creating the life we want, for most of us requires change. And you probably know that our primitive brain, our survival part of our brain, doesn't like change. It wants to keep things the same. It wants to stay exactly as we are. And so it can subtly undermine our efforts. It can subtly sabotage our success if we're not paying attention, if we're not supervising that part of our brain with the higher part of our brain. We have this beautiful prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain that can think and dream and hope, and override that underlying primitive part. The other trouble that I find is that when we're creating change, sometimes that feels like an identity-shattering experience. We have to transform our perception of the world and our place within it. We have to become a person that we've never been before. And of course, our brain doesn't like going out into the unknown, doesn't like getting outside the cave where it likes to live. It wants to keep us as we are. So the process of transformation is uncomfortable. Getting into the unfamiliar and the unknown, creating something new, requires courage. It may require speaking our truth into the world and allowing others to think whatever they will about that. It might require taking actions that are different from what you've done in the past. It might be requiring that you prioritize your time, your health and well-being. It might be that you say no to things you've previously said yes to. But in doing so, remember that you're saying yes to the future you want. When we get caught up saying yes to everyone else around us and to all of the other demands and the distractions and the reactions, the urges and the cravings in our life, then we're saying no to creating the change that we want. We're saying yes to staying where we are. So can you be willing? Can you summon the courage to let go of whom you have been? Can you let go of that identity that you have formed? Remember, identity is just a thought about ourselves. So you get to change it any time that you want. Take a moment to really consider, who would you need to become in order to achieve your goals? Try and imagine that person, visualize them, feel them, step into that place. When you have them there in your mind, take a moment to really consider, how are they different from you right now? I will encourage you to note down any differences that come to mind here, anything that you see or hear or feel that's different from where you are. Because that's your roadmap. That's the path to becoming that person. And while you're imagining that future you, that best version of yourself, the person who is achieving your goals, what do you like about them? What's appealing? What's enticing? What can't you wait to bring into your life, to become? Do you have that anticipation and joy and excitement about shifting? You might be having a different response. If it's not there like that, what do you not like about them? This can often be very revealing because sometimes we think we have to become something that we don't like or that others might not like about us. These are our limiting beliefs. This is what holds you back from stepping into becoming that person. What don't you like? In what way have you been holding yourself back from becoming that person? Whatever it is, remember, it is just a thought. Sometimes we feel like we might have to become selfish, or we might have to become rude, or we might have to become, I don't know, something that isn't what you already have. Fill in that blank at whatever comes up for you there in that fear space. And ask yourself, well, what if that's not true? What if I don't have to become selfish? What if I can remain selfless and generous? What if I don't have to be rude? What if I don't have to worry about what anyone else thinks? And what if they don't even think that thing anyway? And what's the benefit? What happens if I do become? How much of my life and other people's lives are improved because I step into this new person? How does me living my best life help others? And I guarantee you that if all of us could show up as our best selves all of the time, the world would be such an amazing place. As we step into becoming that person, our interactions with others improve, lift them up, inspire, have more joy and presence and connection in our lives. And then they go on to pass that on to the next person and the next person. We really can improve the world by improving that one part of it that we have control over, and that's ourselves. Come back to that mental image of yourself, of who you need to become. Are you a person who honors your commitments to yourself? Are you a person who honors your time? Are you a person who spends resources thoughtfully and purposefully on creating the life you want? Are you ready to become that person now? And what would you have to do? What would you have to change to do that? Write down all of the things that come to mind. And then remember, you don't have to do them all at once. If it feels overwhelming or it feels like it's too much or there's too many, simply pick one. Take one step towards it. It is in the accumulation of small change and little daily practice that we truly transform. And finally, what would you be doing if you had already achieved your best self? what would you be thinking about? What would you be feeling? How would you be acting in the world if you already had achieved your goals? And notice all of that is available to you right now. There's your inspiration. There's the path. I'd really love for you to let me know in the comments or get in touch and let me know, who do you want to become? What steps you're taking to become them right now? If you feel like you need help discovering the things that are holding you back, or getting past those roadblocks, please get in touch. That's exactly the kind of help that I offer to people. So get in touch. Let's have a conversation. Otherwise, until next time, have fun becoming. If you want more help transitioning into the life that you want to be living, rather than the life that you have, then remember, you can always sign up for a free exploratory coaching session with me on my website. Go to livemorelife.com.au and click on free exploratory session. Fill in the form and I'll be in touch to help you out. Talk to you soon.